Avery.
Yes.
It is the morning after the night before. Last night was your demonstration with you and your employer, the inventor Pavel Nordstrom, demonstrating your new invention, which was meant to be a source of power to power electric lights, and turned out to be a device for punching holes in reality and letting horrible eldritch entities creep in. You smashed the device, you turned it off, and nobody died. Which was somewhat miraculous, really, given the circumstances, but it was still not an ideal demonstration of the new device. And the morning after, there is a lot of clearing up to do. Both the literal clearing up of your places cluttered with knocked over machine tables, broken glass, people left in quite a hurry last night. It wasn't really time to tidy up. But also the mess of what to do now. I mean, you know what you saw, but even that, in the light of the day the next morning, everything seems almost like a horrible dream. But I mean, you know enough to know that was real, but not quite what that means. And as you wait, you see Pavel is sort of pacing around the machine, staring at it, looking at it, occasionally bending down to pick up a piece of bent and broken metal and hold it up to the light. What do you think we missed?
Clearly the gate was too big.
Too big?
I mean, we need. It could come through, right? It just pressed it. It just enlarged it. So I guess it needs to be smaller, so it can't do that again.
Maybe smaller gate.
I mean,
would that draw
just
enough power?
I mean, just more smaller gates, I guess. Then you know.
More small. Oh, where's my notebook? Can you see my notebook anywhere?
I can't see it.
No, they have my notebook. They took my notebook.
Why
did I let them have my notebook?
I think because there's a reasonable chance that they pay us to do that thing, and so that they can understand what happened. I think that was with it.
The rich man, White, wasn't it?
Yes, I think so. Just you know, I'm gonna go and grab one of probably a couple of notebooks lying around and just give him a new one, and just
more,
you know,
smaller gates. If we arrange them in a circle or something. Triangle.
I mean, maybe like in a sphere.
Arrangements, yeah.
Maybe like in a sphere, so they counteract each other.
Yes, a sphere of gates.
This is not going to go poorly whatsoever. So.
Yes. Well, I'm going to need a lot of circles. That's your job this morning, Avery. Circles. Make me as many circles as you can. Perfect.
Sure.
They need to be nicely milled. Yes, circles.
I'm gonna go around and see if
the faster we can prove that this really does work, that this was not a bad idea.
I mean, it worked. We just need to make sure that these things can't come out.
Yes. Smaller circles, more circles, smaller circles. Yes, that's the answer. Maybe. We'll see.
Probably. And I'm just gonna mill like that size. But like a whole ball. So you get like a ball and like fill them with like wire together so they have like a fairly even spacing across the sphere.
Okay, I think I'm gonna ask for a roll for the quality of your sphere of circle manufacturing.
What would we like for that? Engineering?
If you got engineering or machining or I can't remember what you've got in terms of your actual like.
I think the scientific one would be engineering, or I could do mechanical repair.
Yeah, we can count it's mechanical repair, because this game doesn't really have a mechanical actually make the thing in the first place skill.
Fair enough.
It just assumes that mostly investigators are dealing with things that already exist and are broken.
I mean, usually the investigator's not the one building the damn thing.
Yeah. Yes. Don't know what that says about the damn thing. But yeah, give me a roll, please.
Yeah, we have a success.
Okay. So yeah, you're doing well. It's coming together. I mean, there's a lot. It's going to take a lot more work, and the time ticks away fast, and it's only when the clock strikes 12 that you realise you were actually supposed to be going over to meet those other gentlemen at some point today.
I don't actually know where again.
No, last night's a bit of a muddle. You think you remember maybe agreeing to go somewhere, but you don't remember where.
Yeah, sure.
You're kind of in the midst of this task now.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's not
I mean,
important.
If it was important, they'll come back to me, I guess.
Yes. Yeah. So.
I'll remind Pavel that this is just like a prototype, because I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about the positioning of the circles along the sphere, but
the question
that's
is, do we want the
your
circles
business.
to face other circles or be offset from other circles? Facing or offset?
I mean, I can guess, but
I mean, we don't know.
What's the worst I could say right now?
You don't know, but
No clue.
Which one, facing or offset?
I'ma say offset.
Yes, offset. Yes, that will. Sure. Be the trick. Make sure nothing can come through.
It'll be fine.
Yes. And just as you finished making this prototype, it's probably late afternoon by now, when you hear a noise from the door to the workshop. A sort of clearing of breath, a clearing of the throat.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a look.
And because the door seems to be left ajar, like the door's, you're wheeling stuff in and out, the door's not usually shut. You see a rather smartly dressed gentleman standing in the doorway. He looks somewhere in his 50s, 60s, maybe, it's hard to be sure. Salt and pepper hair, glasses, touch on his nose. And he peers into the workshop.
Hello, can I help you?
Yes. Is this the workshop of Pavel Nordstrom?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
My name is Avery Collins. I'm the apprentice.
Good to meet you. Dr. Pendergast.
Can you give me that name in Pendergast?
Pendergast, yes. A bit of a mouthful.
I see.
Yes. I was just so are you the assistant then?
Yes.
Yes, I heard about you. I was here to speak with you and your employer, in fact. Well, your employer, mostly. I have a business proposition for both of you.
Sure. I'm going to. I'll see if I can find them. If you'd like, I think there's still refreshments from yesterday left over. And I'll just point him to the probably mostly empty cask. And I'll go and look for where my master was last seen.
And you can see Pavel's feet just sticking out from underneath the machine. You can hear him. Maybe that should make it a little. Yes.
I'm gonna tap his foot with my foot and be like, "We got a visitor. About a business proposition."
The gentleman from yesterday?
No. Some Dr. Pendergast.
Huh. Right, well, better go. Never say no to a business partner.
Oh, we'll see. And then I'm gonna wait until he's crawled out below there.
Yes. I can't hear what you're saying right now, but I'm sure it's very yes. Yes, that's better. Where was I?
There we
yes.
go. Now I'll pick him up.
And he walks towards Pendergast, shakes his hand, and then Pendergast says something in Swedish.
I'm just gonna look at both of them with an annoyed look.
Sorry, my assistant doesn't speak any Swedish, I'm afraid. So could we stick to English? Oh, sorry. Sorry, I assumed that you might have picked up some language skills along the way. Forget that.
I mean, a couple of words, but nothing at that speed.
Yeah. Well, sorry, I'm a bit of a collector of languages myself.
Impressive.
But, well, not as impressive as all this. This is quite miraculous, marvelous, really. And I would like to fund your research. Well, not me personally. I represent an organization that is very interested in what you're doing here.
That is a great thing to hear.
Yeah.
What organization are we talking about?
The London Esoteric Society.
I see.
I know, it sounds...
Esoteric?
Yeah, whatever that means. And we're interested in funding this, pushing this forwards, but look, your current working environment is a little I don't mean to be insulting, but terrible.
Fair enough.
The burns, the damp, the is that subsidence you've got on that wall over there? Not looking good. Look, I have another site that I believe might be suitable. Mr. Nordstrom. Would you? How about you and I go and take a look? I'll show you what I have in mind, and then if it's suitable, we can arrange the movement of your machinery over.
That sounds probably good. I mean,
yeah.
I'll look expectant to Pavel.
Oh, yes. Bigger than this, yes? Oh, much bigger, definitely. Much bigger.
Proper machinery, proper tools.
All the machinery and tools you could imagine. More, better. Money, we have. We have
I'll
very
quickly,
interested and wealthy backers.
I'll quickly hit the sus button. I'm not sus. Everything's fine. This is a perfectly reasonable.
Yeah, we have contacts in some very useful places that can get you any of the permits you need, any of the money you need to fund this research to really push past what you did last night into something truly, truly miraculous.
I mean, yesterday was the first step.
Yes. And I'm thinking bigger gates. Now come. Nordstrom? I'm afraid this cab's not very big. I have to leave your assistant behind for the time being, but I'm sure there's plenty for him to be doing here.
Yeah, I'll clean up behind yesterday. It'll be fine.
It's yeah, Avery, you'll be all right here. Yes. I'll see you when I return. And he hurries out after Dr. Pendergast.
And I'm
leaving you standing in the workshop.
Yeah, a little confused because bigger gates seem to be like more of a problem. now I'm like, but he was somebody that he clearly wanted just more power out of the whole thing, not necessarily, getting these things in here. That would be stupid. So, well, I'll see. In the worst case, we shut it off again. It's fine.
Yeah, but now it's got quite late in the day by now.
Yeah, I'll do what I can still, as long as there's still light out, and then I'll make my way home.
Okay, just heading home? You're not just heading home?
I mean, I don't really remember where I could get anybody that would take this seriously. I don't remember where the other guys lived, so...
Yeah, you head home.
I just head home.
Do you live close to the workshops, or south of the river, or are you elsewhere in London?
I mean, there's probably like a bit of distance in between, but not in too expensive a neighborhood.
Okay, so yeah, probably somewhere south of the river then, not too far around the corner. Alright, so you head home for the evening. Meanwhile, on the other side of the river, up in North London, 3 gentlemen, I think, finished drinking up in the pub, if I'm correct. That's where we left off. You were at the pub after your little rendezvous. And my question is there anything you wish to do that evening, right off the back of what James told you? Or are you leaving things till the morning?
I think Martin's got a couple of things he wants to do to set in motion ready for the morning. But that'll mainly be for when he gets back home. So unless anyone wants to do anything.
Well, Basil, do you think we need to talk about this some more tonight? Or should we just leave it till tomorrow?
I want to go to bed. I desperately want to sleep.
All right, cool. Oh, well, all fine and well then. Let's head back to our...
I want to go to sleep on my favorite table. That'll make me feel better.
All right.
You have a bed, I believe, right?
Keeper, don't take this from me.
I will take everything from you. Your name.
Every.
Your favorite table.
Keeper, you're. Anyway, my favorite table awaits me.
Yes. So yeah, you're heading home. So Martin, you said you had some sort of plan.
Oh yes, definitely. I want to show Roland, my butler, the 2 pictures of the lady and gentleman that I drew, which I believe maybe the 2 have visited me, to see if it helps his memory somewhat.
Okay, so yeah, you return to your house where Roland is waiting up for you to return from your night at your visit to the pub. Picture coat. Anything else I can help you with, sir?
Yes. I tried to get my memory back about the visitors this morning, actually. So I was just sketching away, and I drew a couple of pictures, and I think these might be them. Do these trigger anything? I think the young lady had a topaz necklace.
Maybe. Yeah, I think that's them. Yes. Oh, I don't know why. I usually have a good memory for faces, so I apologise about that.
Oh, it's okay. It's same problem here, but anyhow, I'll probably have a couple of letters I need to get sent out tomorrow morning. I'll write them tonight, and I'll leave them on the outgoing desk. But I probably need to go to sleep. It's been a long day.
Yes.
And with that, Keeper, there's a couple of letters I want to write.
Okay.
The first one is to Dr. Pendergast.
Okay.
Basically, thanking him for his time, and for if he has any news regards the book theft, to relay it to the 2 detectives, because I'm going to be focusing on my business for now. And I'm not much of a book person, basically. That's how I'm going to put it across. I've passed over to the 2 detectives to look into, so if he comes up with any news or any leads, just let them know.
Yeah.
Basically, so he doesn't bother me. So,
Yeah, because he said he was going to be following up with some of his colleagues.
if he finds anything, yes. The other thing is, the handkerchief I've got, Lucy Ward. Well, I believe it's Lucy Ward's handkerchief. Yes. I'm going to just have that packed up to send it to the Ward residence.
Okay, so you're sending a handkerchief to the house of Lord Henry Ward?
Yes.
Okay.
On the outside of the package it will say note enclosed, but there's no note going to be in it.
Okay.
Basically, it's to...
So just to be clear, you're posting to Lord Henry Ward's house his daughter's handkerchief in a thing with no further explanation.
It'll be her house as well, as far as I know.
Yes.
So basically, they'll recognise it as hers.
Are you addressing it to Lucy, or just to the ward, just to Lord Henry?
Ward residence. There's a reason for that, but it's more to make a point to her.
Okay, and are you including a return address on this?
Nope.
Okay.
It's as anonymous as possible, and as I said, there's no note going to be inside it.
Just an anonymous handkerchief in the post, okay?
Although the parcel does say note enclosed.
Okay.
So the question is, she'll be wondering...
That she's being threatened by a very forgetful person.
But then again, it's just to play a bit.
Okay.
Because the handkerchief's no use to me anyway, so I may as well get rid of it.
Any other mystery messages to send?
Yes, I would like to place an order at my outfitter for a new type of air cane.
A new type of what?
Air cane. It's basically a cane gun. They're all the range at the moment.
Yes.
So I'd like something more fashionable, basically. But I'm just going to place an order for one.
Okay,
Chances are...
This is the kind of thing that's going to take a while to come through. Like,
they might already have them available because they're fashionable at this time. Guns used to be sword canes, and then sword canes stopped being fashionable, and gun canes started being fashionable. They usually find
is this a cane with a gun in like the handle, or is this an entire cane that is a gun? In which case, you have a very unwieldy, terrible rifle.
It's basically a concealed gun, effectively. It's quite short range, 5-yard range.
Okay.
But,
well, maybe they have some, maybe they don't. We shall see.
But
are these letters to be sent at this hour of the night, or are you leaving it till the morning when the
letters?
Oh,
they'll go in the morning, but I'll get them ready now to send out in the morning.
You've got your letters all ready for Roland to send out in the morning.
Yeah, because there's stuff I want to do in the morning, but I'll worry about that tomorrow.
Okay. Is there anything else anyone else wishes to do before getting a good night?
Yes. Actually, yes. I would like to order a cane. No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry, Keeper.
I will say there's no promises that cane guns will at all appear in this game. Depends whether I can find any stat points for them.
But yeah, the cane gun, I'm not in a major rush for it. It's just quite useful.
I still want to, like, is it just a gun in the hilt of the cane? Otherwise, I imagine it being quite unwieldy in most circumstances in which you have a cane. So, like...
They tend to be single-shot weapons that take 3 rounds to reload. The egg ones are about as powerful as a normal rifle. The actual normal gun cane...
I just question so much the logic of this, of like you're essentially walking around leaning on a rifle all the time. Anyway,
well, it's not that heavy. The cane itself is the barrel, and the firing mechanism is in the top part of it.
Okay.
But actually, not that heavy.
Well.
Although if they are, they could be used as a club as well.
Well.
But they are fashionable at this time. I mean, the normal ones are about the same as a short-range shotgun.
I'll look into it. But
oh, it's just an outfitter. The one he goes for all his fashion stuff and extra add-ons and things like that. He'll pay him extra if they get it done quickly.
Is there anything else anyone wishes to do that evening? Genuinely.
I have one more suggestion. Would I have any idea how to make a very strong acid?
Are you a chemist?
No, but I do have chemistry.
In which case, give me a chemistry roll.
I just want an idea if I know how to make one. No, oh, that's close actually.
Well, it'll be 13 points of luck to make that a success.
No, I'll give that a miss. I'm not a chemist. I don't know anything about that sort of stuff.
You know enough to know that mostly you're going to need things that you don't happen to have sat around your house at like 12 o'clock in the evening.
I'll just go to the chemist. I'll ask a chemist to do it. Get a professional. That's what they're paid for.
Yes. Okay. Last call. Is there anything anyone else wants to do before getting a good night's sleep? Or a bad night's sleep? Okay, in which case, you make your way to your respective beds, and I would like all of you. Please roll me a look roll, please. So.
At least it's simple.
Oh, this makes it hard. You're all just unlucky. So, as darkness falls, as you tumble into dreams, each one of you feels a strange sense of being watched. That something out there has seen you. And it's watching you. And in your dream, just out of the corner of your eye, in whatever dream you're dreaming, whether it be a nightmare or a rather pleasant dream, you see just the barest hint of coiling silver, just a glint of silver out of the corner of your eye, kind of snaking its way into the edge of your dream. This tendril coiling and moving in the air. Something out there testing the waters, testing the boundaries of your mind. You wake with this unsettled feeling, and I need you all to make me a sanity roll, please. Just a dream, right? It's just a dream. Nothing to be too concerned about. Oh, that was luck, not sanity. But what is your actual? I'll take the.
My sanity is 52.
Okay, so that would have been a failure for sanity as well. So I'll take that.
Keeper, I was gonna say, since it already nuked me for 22 sanity, maybe it couldn't.
I think
hurt
it's
me
fitting.
Anymore.
Basil just sits like bolt upright in bed. You both sort of sleep in the. You're sharing have rooms above the shop, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Basil, you will lose 3 points of sanity. And you just do that classic sort of sitting up bolt upright, just waking up with a screaming loudly. Imagine you wake from your dreams to hear Basil screaming. In the room
not again.
Next door or upstairs or wherever.
Up next door or across the hall. So I get up and go and knock and open the door. It's like, are you all right? What happened? Bad dream?
I am not okay. There is no. I am fine. I woke up and I
you did not sound fine.
I woke up. First off, I don't even remember getting into this bed off the table, so that is strange. Secondly, I woke up, and because I'm accustomed to sleeping on my orthopedic table, I stubbed my toe on the bedpost. It was a painful scream.
I do not believe you.
You are a fool.
That scream sounded way too much like the scream the other night.
I stubbed my toe as well.
You did not,
and that
Basil.
Crowded.
Come on.
Crowded. We were in a junkyard with all kinds of contraptions on the ground.
Can I roll I believe Basil roll?
Yeah, go for it. Give me a psychology roll, please. Basil, you can give me a fast talk roll for how good your bollocks is. I mean, your fast talking.
Ah!
Damn it.
I'll let you guys
Fuck.
play out the result of those two rolls.
Well, you don't understand. Remember when I grabbed him?
Yeah.
That foolish
Yeah.
inventor? Okay,
Yeah.
remember when he was standing off, going, ah, ha, ha, ah, screaming like a madman?
Yeah, that figures prominently.
Yeah, well, do you remember what was on the ground next to him? Because I do. All kinds
Not
of metal and clutter and some of the things coming off of the machine. That's why it was an
Oh.
identical screen.
Okay. Well, I don't quite recall all that. There's enough going on. So,
Well, yes, I was busy being a hero, saving a man's life, and you were busy. I run towards the fire. You ran away from
and
the
I was
fire.
pulling you out, so don't forget that.
That's right. I do struggle with. I'm not going to make that joke on stream. I had to. I needed help because I was caught in the torrent of bodies.
Oh, okay.
There was a swirl of humanity around me, and I was trying not to harm their fragile bodies with my great strength.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, you tell a convincing tale. So, all right.
I don't like the implication or the insinuation.
Go back to sleep and stop yelling.
Get out of my room. Bring me my table.
Oh, wait. Okay. And I go back to my room and go
Actually, no, we're up now.
Oh, shit.
No, I was going, no, get up. Keeper, what time is it?
It's probably about 5 in the morning.
Oh. Okay, now I'm going back to bed, but not on your terms. Shoo!
Fine.
Watch your toes. This place is a death trap between that last bottom stair that's
There's
uneven.
nothing on the floor.
Well,
All
yes,
right,
my room is clean. Your room looks like you were raised in a barn.
I was.
A dirty barn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. Go back to sleep.
Stop telling me now I have to stay up for at least another 5 minutes. I'm not going to capitulate.
Point out, it's like, if he genuinely did go to sleep on the table, did he either get up in a half-sleep state, or is Nigel there just like going, up you go, back to bed?
Probably.
Like you do with a small child.
You said I was in bed, so it just is what it is. No, I'm far too strong and bulky for his light frame to lift me. So I would have had to have taken myself.
I am not the largest of men, and it would have been beyond me to move him.
Yes. Regardless, Keeper, at this point, I don't go back to bed immediately because that dream clearly had an impact on me. Could I make a mythos roll to try to better understand that dream or what that creature was or anything of the like?
Yes, you could.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I only get the good rolls when I'm bullshitting my partner.
you know it was. It reminded you of what you saw the other night, but you don't know what it means. And you know the book that had the answers is gone, and you don't know where Avery went. You've not heard from Avery, and
yeah,
everything over the last 2 days has got odd, and this is, yeah.
The only good thing that we did was help our client. So, Keeper, I'm probably going to wrestle with the guilt here, mostly because one thing that's been eating at Basil is there blood on our hands? Like, would that idiot inventor have gone to such great lengths and taken such risks if he didn't think that we were big time investors? You know, how much did we influence? What would have happened if we weren't there? You know, I'm just wrestling with all these hypotheticals until eventually I would probably fall asleep, but make it a point, because I am superstitious, to make sure that there are some blankets between my toe and the actual foot of the bed, just because if I actually stub my toe and I really do hurt myself after that lie, I'm shooting people. There's just I'm airing this place out. So I'm going to take care of my toes, and I'm going to go back to bed, and I'm not happy.
Okay. So you don't probably really get that much more sleep, but you try. the early hours of the morning. Get a little more sleep. The rest of you wake from your somewhat less troubled dreams, but still with a sense that something out there was watching you. And what was I going to say? I never read that you guys would chat whilst I'm trying to talk. Yeah, so morning comes. What's everyone's plan for the next day? Martin, your letters are being sent out. Your orders being sent to your tailor. Your mystery threatening handkerchiefs being sent out. It's all off in the post.
Yes, I think Martin wants to check with the person that Dr. Pendergast mentioned at the Oxford University. There's contact there.
You want to go and see, I think he was at London, one of the London universities. I don't remember which one I said, but there was Dr. Carling was mentioned.
That was the one.
He was a Swedish linguist.
Yes, but I also want to check with my contact at Oxford as well. I just want to make it look as if I'm going along with Dr. Pendergast has advised me.
Okay, so you're making a phone call?
I will phone in advance to... It'll be at the same university, actually. So I'll...
Well, is your contact in London University or in Oxford? Which did you say?
Oh, that's a good point. It will be at a London one.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, let's call it
yeah.
University College London.
Yeah, something like that. Admittedly, languages is not a specialty, but he is in the humanities department. He tends to do
so
with...
UCL has a humanities department.
Exactly.
I think.
But yeah, he's just going to be doing that. That's his plan today. Chase up the lead with Dr. Pendergast's contact and his own.
So which are you going to first?
Oh, that's a very good point.
And what is the name of your contact?
Oh.
We can come back to you if
Yeah, just come back to me. It's okay. I'll set off. I'll give you the info. I'll probably go to Pendergast's contact first.
Okay, Dr.
That'll be quick and easy to deal with.
Okay, what are the rest of you gentlemen doing? What are your plans for this morning?
Well, Avery has still a entire workshop to clean, so I guess that's what Avery is about to do.
Yeah, so Avery, you're heading into work. What are our detectives doing?
I have a crazy plan.
Let's hear it.
Okay.
Nigel.
Yes.
I think we should go back to the Esoteric Society.
Okay. What would you want to do?
We should apply to join.
Bit premature on that, you think?
No,
not entirely
not.
sure that Pendergast would be on board with that.
Exactly.
I have serious reservations about that man.
Oh no, he's terrible. He's a terrible man. Oddly enough, I believe the butler, but
He seems like a straightforward chap.
has no idea how to dress or relax. Very strange. Very strange. Regardless, we just need to get in that society a little bit more.
Yes.
Coax him into giving us a tour and just see what we can spot. He enjoyed playing with us yesterday. He enjoyed
He enjoyed
mocking us.
He enjoyed toying with you. Yes.
Yeah, so let's just take advantage of his hubris.
Okay.
Offer our services to him.
Should we give him advance warning and call before, or just show up?
We should just show up. Make us look like we're completely and utterly impulsive.
Well, we kind of are.
Well, no, I thought about this last night. If you think about something for more than 2 hours, it's not impulsive.
In between the screaming?
I am your only friend, and you should never forget that.
How could I?
Anyway, let's go.
All right, let's go.
Let's just go.
Then.
Let's just
All right.
go. And after that, we can swing by and check in on Avery.
Are we going strapped?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't leave with these two pieces of property from our former department for nothing.
Note, you were police officers, right? What will you need a gun for? You pull out your trusty nightstick. You got a truncheon. You took it home with you.
This is what I heard. This is what I heard. Please play him like he's Augustus Green. That's what I heard, Keeper. That's what I heard. That's all that I'm hearing right now.
Officers.
Yeah, you could definitely have a gun, but it probably wouldn't have been like a police issue one.
We would have had them. We established last session that we did though, but yeah. It doesn't matter. Yes, let's just go strapped, which is what he would expect anyway. Well, we can swing by and grab the other people later. I mean, I like Martin White as far as I can tell.
Yeah,
I like Avery. Avery's a nice guy. I think. I don't know. And if not, we'll just deal with it.
Well, I mean, the best officers just go over the top with only their baton. So, oh wait, that's not for a few years yet. So,
look, we usually solve our issues with just talking with people and being nice. But when that doesn't work, you have a gun.
Well, I think someone said or will say that it's easier to get what you want with a kind word and a gun than it is with a kind word alone. So
I hate philosophy. So if we could just get on with it.
All right, let's go.
Let's just go.
Okay, so you're going around to the society and you're taking guns.
Yes.
You always take a gun to the society.
All right. So you're heading over to the society. Martin's heading to the university, and Avery is heading into work. Avery, you arrive at the workshop to find there's no sign of Pavel this morning. There are, in fact, two gentlemen there who are standing in the center of the workshop. Well, gentleman is perhaps the wrong word for these two. Let's call them... No, goons sounds far too, derivative. They both look like laborers who also might be carrying a gun somewhere about their person. If not, they've definitely got some knuckle dusters in their pockets. They look dangerous. One of them has got sort of cauliflower ear on one side, who's clearly been in one too many fights. The other one broken his nose at some point. And yeah, they're both standing in the middle of your workshop looking around the place.
Hello? Can I help you?
Yeah, we were sent here to pack this stuff and move it, but,
Do you know where?
Yeah, we've got a cart out front. We're meant to be taking it,
Yeah, sure. Let's bring the cart like in here, and I'm gonna start to disassemble the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm meant to be taking it, sticking on a train, taking it out of the city.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah. Only I have no idea what any of this stuff is, or.
Yeah, that's why I'm dismantling it, and you're getting the cart.
Thank goodness.
And I'm gonna start dismantling the thing.
I'm Dave.
Yeah,
This is my cousin Eric.
They look rough and tumble, but you know, there's been plenty of those people, right? So I'm just gonna. I knew that the boss and the other guy were going there together last time around, and that makes sense.
Yeah, just tell us what needs carrying when it's safe to carry.
Yeah, I'm gonna start dismantling every single thing, and I'm stacking it in a specific order in the cart so it doesn't shift around.
Okay, so you're packing it up and handing it over to David and Eric, and they're sort of loading it onto this cart.
Sure.
It's a big job. You've got a lot of stuff, and some of it is quite fragile. A lot of it is very heavy. This is gonna be an all-morning job, really. This.
Yeah, and I'll probably assume that I'm coming with.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
as you're busy loading up this cart, Martin, you head over to the university. You said you're going to see Carling first?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, you're shown through sort of corridors to the offices of Dr. Carling, who keeps a small office on the 3rd floor. Like, put down the end of the corridor. It's not the best office. It's definitely one of the pokier ones. Doesn't have very good light. And, yeah.
Okay.
How do you want to approach this?
Well, I shall approach it by knocking on the door.
Come in.
Dr. Carling.
Yes. What can I help you with?
Yeah, Mr. White, at your service, I sent word earlier. Dr. Pendergast.
There was a message about something. I didn't read it.
Oh, sorry. Too busy.
Sorry, students are always
I
sending me
spoke
notes.
with
I don't read half of them.
Dr. Pendergast yesterday, and he recommended...
How is he? I've not seen him around here in a while.
He seems well. He's keeping busy.
Good.
I'd actually asked him to look into something for me. I'd an unusual book stolen from my house, but it was in Swedish. I was wondering if anyone had approached you about having this book translated at all.
No. He have his over. No, and no messages about it either. It seems.
No. Fair enough.
Lost it somewhere.
Just curious now. Could you tell me about Dr. Pendergast anyway? I don't know much about him in this London Esoteric Society, I think they call themselves.
London what?
Esoteric? Oh.
Never heard of them.
But you said you haven't seen him for some time. How?
Yeah,
under the impression...
I saw him at last month maybe. I hold up in my office most of the time. I don't get out. I don't get out a whole deal. I've got papers to write. It rather puts a cramp on one's social life.
Do you have any sort of specialties linguistics-wise?
Yes. I am ancient Scandinavian writings. I'm particularly interested in translations of Icelandic works at the moment. So I've been doing a lot of work on the prose and poetic Eddas. If you're familiar with those.
I'm not familiar with those, but they sound interesting.
No, I've been working on a retranslation of the Loxena. It's a piece of Anyway, Icelandic poetry is not what you came here to hear about.
True.
So.
It's not something that comes off the tongue easily. But
No.
Should anyone approach you about trying to translate an unusual book, and I'll tell them the name of the book. I think I wrote it down somewhere.
Wagens op Nara?
Yeah, that's the one. But
Yeah.
It's an unusual book. It doesn't actually belong to me. I was looking after it for someone.
Well, if it comes this way, I will give you a
Just
call.
let me know. Thank you very much for your time. I'm sorry to bother you. Anyhow, I'll just make my good way. I'll leave. So he'll just leave. Turn back to his stuff.
So you leave him? Are you heading down straight away
To
to
my
see your...
contact, yes.
Okay. Yeah, you head over. Bowditch sort of opens the office to you. Martin! Good to see you.
It's been a long
How are you, old
time.
chap?
Well,
It's been a while.
I've been a victim of a theft, if you'd believe it.
I mean, you know what, the state of the city these days, I would believe it.
But
Yeah.
of all the things they could
What
have
if I
taken,
got mugged at knife point? On the road just outside St Pancras the other day. Awful business.
it is. It's just, if it didn't take anything of value, they just stole a book.
Books can be of great value, honestly.
You keep telling me that. Books are books.
Yes, well.
But it's an unusual book. It's a Swedish one.
Oh, well, you want to see Dr. Carling down, Swedish fellow, down the other end of the corridor?
Yeah, I've
He's
just
your guy
spoken
for
with
that.
him. I was wondering if you knew anything about this Dr. Pendergast. I had a bit of a run-in with him yesterday.
Ah, Pendergast.
Seems a strange fellow.
You see him around here occasionally. He doesn't come in very often. He's mostly. I think he's only on the books for some sort of
For free
funding.
dinners?
Oh, no, he likes the access to the Royal Societies and stuff, and the university likes the access to wherever funding he's pulling in. I don't know how it works. You know, he pays
He likes-
money. He gets.
He likes the library access.
Yeah, well, the library. Look, I know you don't understand it.
I
But library access is very important. Very
Well,
important.
if you like books, I suppose library access is important. I was just wondering if you knew anything about him or something called the London Esoteric Society.
London.
So it's
Aren't they? No, that's. What's his face? The librarian? No, that was the librarian over at King's. He was dabbling around with some stuff. That was years back though. And there was some deal with a. There's a librarian that was biting people. That was something to do with them, I think.
oh, it seems fitting for what I've heard.
Or maybe I'm confusing them with someone else. Maybe I made this up. Maybe I'm imagining. No, forget about that. I think that was a dream. I think I had a dream about like vampire librarians. No, anyway. Where was I?
That's okay. I was thinking of coming into some sort of business deal with this Dr. Pendergast, but I wasn't sure whether he was someone who could be relied upon. So I was trying to find out some information about this.
It's a good business deal. He's got some rich friends. That's much I'm sure. He's always hanging around with politicians and people like that, and he's got money. So, I mean, not that you're short of money, but
he's moving in those circles.
Yeah, moves in pretty good circles. I think you know what? I remember where he said he studied originally.
I'm under the impression he studied in a lot of that.
Maybe he's a Cambridge fellow.
I'm under the impression he studied in a lot of different places.
Can't remember. Maybe it was Edinburgh. No, in Edinburgh.
No.
Or St Andrews. It might have been St Andrews.
Well,
somewhere out the way
if you hear anything unusual, just let me know. Or something amusing. If I could bring up in conversation with him, that would be quite funny.
Yeah. I know he spent time on the continent a bit. He's well travelled. Obviously, linguist.
Yeah. But anyway, I was just hoping to find out some more information about him.
Yeah.
But he'd advised me to speak to Carling about this book in case someone had approached him, but I've had no luck there.
Yeah, if it's Pendergast you're interested in, you know, he's more friends with what's his name? This escapes me. Mousy fellow downstairs, historian. Barton, that's it, Dr. Barton.
I might pay him a quick visit just to... Oh, well, thank you for your time.
Anyway.
I'll probably see you at the next event they host here.
Oh, yeah, come along. You're always welcome.
Oh, it's always interesting.
Well, I better get... I've got a lecture to give. First years.
Yeah, your favourites. Roll my eyes at that, but...
Alright, well, good day.
Yes, good day.
Good to see you. He heads on his way. And we go now to our two detectives, who are heading to the society.
Right, Basil? So once we're in, what's your plan on what we do?
Oh, well, we just have to look like we're idiots.
Shouldn't be too hard.
Oh, you knocking on the door?
Yes.
Yeah, I just knock on the door.
The door is opened by James. Who?
Good day, James.
Good morning, sir.
Is the doctor in?
No, he's out right now.
Is anyone else in?
Just Mr. Collingwood. He's in the library.
Who is he again?
The writer.
Yes, the terrible author.
Yes. Okay. So, James, we were hoping to, since we're using your lovely society as a point of reference going forward, if we could get a formal tour, and if the doctor is out, could Mr. Collingswood give us that tour?
You want a tour? I mean, I can't just go showing you around the Like something's up.
That's why we're asking for a specific member to do that.
If I show you through to Mr. Collingwood, then...
Or if he were to, have to take us around to find Mr. Collingwood.
Well, I know he's in the library.
Oh,
The library's like the first door in.
Is he a friendly man?
Usually, yeah.
Just take us to him.
Look.
Just say that we have detective
If it was
business.
just me, I would show you everything, but...
It's fine. We got
This
this.
is watching.
Is there ever a time when you are the only person in the house?
There's always other staff in. There's always...
Hmm.
And you hear a voice from the other end of the hall going, James, is that someone at the door?
Just take.
Okay,
We're here.
Let's wait. Mr. Collingwood, we have guests. It's Mr. Bloomsworth and Mr. Hargreaves from the detective agency. They were here to speak to Pendergast yesterday. Show them through. And James waves you through into the library, into this. It's quite cramped, quite narrow. Someone's clearly put more shelves in here than strictly speaking fit in this room, but it looks a very well-appointed library. You see lots of history, psychology, occultism, medical textbooks.
Can we do spot hidden? Oh, go ahead. Sorry, Nigel.
I was going to say, does there appear to be any kind of concentration of titles? Of any particular
library
interest?
use role, I think, as they make your way through, because I think that's the appropriate one for surveying the contents of a library.
Why is my library use so low now?
Because you're not a librarian anymore.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh.
The books are on fire. I will tell you exactly, because this motherfucker's almost killed me with books before, and I knew he would do it again.
I think what's happening is, as you're walking on, you're trying to sort of study the shelf, and you just trip headfirst over like a stack of books that haven't been shelved properly, that just sat on the floor.
I'm terribly sorry.
They don't employ a librarian anymore, so their shelving's gone a bit apart. Yeah, you trip over this there's a rattling sound, this stack of books goes flying across the floor, and the gentleman by the fire looks up from like the book he's reading.
I'm so sorry, good sir. This is Mr. Nigel Hargreaves. He has
Pardon me, I'm so sorry.
A lingering leg injury, something to do with a toe. I say as I look down at Nigel. I am Mr. Bloomsworth. It's a pleasure to meet you. We just wanted a few moments of your time, if possible.
And the guy who shakes your hand he looks probably about 30. He's got brown hair and looks generally a bit of a mess. Like, his shirt is buttoned wrong. Like, it's just like one button too high on one side. He's not wearing a jacket. His cuffs are unbuttoned. His hair is still sticking up slightly on one side. His general appearance, there's like dark shadows under his eyes. He looks malnourished, underfed. He just looks a mess.
Okay.
Did we come at an inopportune time, sir?
What time is it?
I tell him what general time of day it is.
Early. I'm not usually awake at this time.
It's we all have our different habits. We just had a couple quick questions. I'm gonna pause, and when I pause, can I do a spot hidden check of the room?
What are you looking for?
I'm fighting like my metagame knowledge of the society. I'm just looking for anything, a hidden door, a suspicious book. I'm just looking for, these people are fucking weird. So I'm looking for
hidden roll, see if anything looks out of place or odd in this room.
And while he's doing that, I'll make a show of cleaning up the pile of books that I tripped over.
Oh, yes. We need a bigger library. This place is not big enough. Basil, nothing catches your eye.
Okay. Well, yes. So we are detectives, and recently we've come into contact again with your great organization, and we are people people, if you know what I mean. We believe in connections, and we believe
people?
in.
Good, I'm glad you're people. Non-people people have problems.
Yes, that is certainly true. Regardless, we were just wondering. Here, let me help you with your button. It's falling off, actually.
No,
It's I haven't taken a step towards you. It's okay. Also, watch out, the fire's behind you.
I'm
Yes.
done. He starts just unbuttoning his shirt and then rebuttoning it.
Yes, very, very good. Regardless, we were hoping.
It's now gone wrong in the other direction.
Since we've yes, Charlie, good job on that. Since we have, and I'm gonna try to do a charm roll, and get on his good graces. We were wondering, since your society is so, well, unique in their talents and abilities and understanding, us, those who are uninitiated, we were hoping for maybe a tour of the area so we could better understand what you all do. Can I give a charm roll?
Yeah, give me a charm roll. Yeah, sure. Like a tour of the area, like Grosvenor Square or the building, because
the building.
Oh, thank goodness I don't want to go outside. It's cold out there.
Yeah, no. You're only 3 doors down from someone else we know. Regardless, it would be. We thought it's actually very fitting that you do it with your poetic license and your understanding of the. A great writer is a great explainer.
You've read my books?
No, I'm illiterate, but I know of such.
You're so well with the illiterate.
Talents. That is depressing and unsurprising.
Yeah, tour, right. Yes. And he's wearing like his house slippers.
Yes.
Well, where to start? This is the library.
This is the library. Yes.
It's where we keep books.
Surprisingly large number of books.
Well, yes, I think the society has had a bunch of hoarders over the years. Authors, librarians, just book people in general. We tend to just accumulate books. Then people die and we get left their books. Then we have more books. And yeah, we need a bigger library. Alright, so yes, leaving the library behind as the obvious.
Is this your only library? Is this the only place where you have books? I found that knowing how they live, how they organize, is just so very insightful,
No, we keep books, there's books in the drawing room, there's books in the parlor, there's books in everyone's rooms. Look, everyone has their own book. These are just the communal books. I've got my books. The doctor keeps his books. Sorry, I've lost my train of thought there for a moment. Sorry, as I said, it's very early. Drawing room. No, dining room. This is the dining room. That there, gentleman up there on the mantelpiece, that's Sir John Wallace. He was the founder. I've never met him. He's been dead a long time. I think he got killed in this room.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Keeper, could I do a spot hidden check? Again, just
the dining room just appears to be a dining
gotcha.
room.
Understood.
Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah, he points you around those cavalry sabers are a memento from the Peninsular War. Someone got stabbed with one of them once. Let's see, through here, that room up there is, that's the doctor's office. We're not going in there, obviously. This is the parlour. I think you would have been here. And he points you to the same room that you were in before with the doctor.
What room is where a lot of the work of the society is done? You know, like a central hub, maybe?
Oh, yeah, we get a lot of discussion. Well, the parlor is where we have discussions. The library is where we do reading. Reading is important to our work, and look, most of the work of the society, it's not like manual labor. It's thinking about stuff and
Yes, it's much like being a detective. I understand that.
Yes.
I suppose what I'm asking is I know that you can think anywhere, and you might think in your own quarters and so on and so forth. But surely, when there's a great piece of thinking to be done that might require multiple minds, you all congregate somewhere.
Usually the parlor.
Usually the parlor. Okay, understood. Well, I just, you know, how do I put this? There's such a mystique about this place that you have such an interesting reputation as being erudite and
I don't
wizard.
think anyone had ever heard of us.
Oh no, I assure you, people have heard of you. Your organization has existed for quite some time. I start to think, and this look might come across my face, I think this man is a fucking bird brain. What? It's and I'm just I'm stifling the urge to slap him. The urge arises. I quell it. Where is the great? What was the last great project of the society?
We don't really have great projects. We just kind of exist and stuff flows into other stuff. It's not really a great project situation. Like, things come, things go.
When was the last thing that came or went that was of substance that stuck around for a while?
I mean, have you heard of the cult of Dagon?
No, tell me about it.
We work very hard to make sure that that no one hears about the cult of Dagon.
Well, when did the cult of Dagon? Like, what time period was that an issue for the society?
Oh, last year.
Proceed. Okay, Keeper. I want to convince this absolute fucking frustrating person. I'm just trying to not kneecap, trying to not Augustus him. I want to persuade. Can I do a persuade roll just to get him to spill the beans and expedite this process?
He already seems to be like he's not holding back from you out of any kind of reticence or like.
Is he just a scatterbrained?
Not to talk to you. So you get.
Can I persuade him to be more streamlined? Can I do something to try to keep him focused?
You know,
do you have? I mean, like this is not really a you problem.
Understood. Okay, I'm going to patiently sit here and keep going on with the tour and see whatever I can get out of this thing of Dagon. And I just want to go from...
They hang around like out in the East End, down by the docks.
You know, it was
to the waters, that sort of thing.
It wasn't a sort of silvery tentacly thing, was it?
No, I don't know. There were no tentacles, just fish people.
What? What? Did you just say fish people?
Yeah, they're like, you know, big, bulgy eyes. And do you not read my book, Attack of the Fish People?
I have read some of your books, but I don't think I have seen the one about the fish people.
Ah, well, if you read Attack of the Fish People, I did kind of judge up some of the
yeah,
details.
So you have to sell a book. I mean, no book wants to go unread. Well, you know what?
I mean, I use false names obviously for everyone, and I had
to. Yeah.
Obviously, I swapped out Miss Ward, who was obviously didn't faint and scream all the time. And you know, people want a hero and a heroine. So Miss Daisy, who's in the books, she needed rescuing from the fish people who were carrying them down her way down to the secret fish person temple, which is hidden. I mean, there really is a secret fish person temple. I didn't make that bit up. There really, which is hidden underneath an old bottle works in the East End, and that's where the Dagon cult was, and they had a base down there, and they were communing with the water and doing unspeakable things with fish people.
Okay.
This is
Awesome.
worrisome. This is worrisome.
But we dealt
fish
with them.
peop-
They're not a problem anymore.
Oh,
See,
well, good.
they
That's
dealt
good
with
to
them.
hear.
They're not a problem
But
anymore.
to say the way you say fish people implies that there's like other kinds of people.
Well,
But
there's
besides
fish people. There's people.
Well, yeah, I mean,
You are
yeah.
people, yes?
Yes, we are. Definitely.
Yes.
We are people.
Yes.
The snake people.
Ugh.
Yeah, I don't like them.
Are there spider people? Because that would be terrible.
Not that I but
Have you found any way of like?
honestly, they probably are.
I mean, you make it sound like they're all around. That you could just accidentally run up against one. Is there some way to tell?
I mean, the big buggy eyes.
Well, yeah, that's obvious. Yes. Okay.
Like look a bit. They always tend to look like wet. Like no, they just give off an aura of moistness. Like, yeah, it's. Anyway, yeah, tour. Garden. This is the garden. We have a garden.
You grow anything in it?
Yeah, well, our gardener passed away some years ago, but the rest of the staff.
We still like a kitchen garden.
Kitchen garden over that side. Don't touch that. Half of it's kitchen garden, and half of it is Agnes's garden, and.
Oh, I see. Hey, I
don't know what she's growing in there, but not all of it is edible.
Well, it happens to the best and the worst of us. I just had a thought. So you have all these
Statue
books.
of a dragon.
No, oh God, that
Very
is
interesting.
hideous. You should absolutely burn
You see
that
this
thing.
very sort of. It's not like a classic dragon pose. This very much looks like a dragon that is like about to try and like gnaw someone's face off. It's a very viscerally aggressive looking dragon that's half overgrown with ivy.
Nigel, it resembles your mother. How quaint.
I'll remember that.
You won't. Anyway,
you're right.
So I just had a interesting thought, my good sir. So you have you have a lot of books and a lot of things that are valuable and the like. One of the things that we do, because we're budding detective agency, we also do security work and the like. Do you feel like you have proper security, like in regards to like safes and measures of such thing?
Well, yeah, I think as you say this, you see a rustle of movement out of the corner of your eye. And you see a woman come around the corner of the garden. She is dressed in very plain but smart, like maid's essential clothing. Looks to be sort of housekeeper's clothes. And she sort of steps around as you're sort of halfway without asking this question about safe. Steps down the corner, looks from you to Mr. Collingwood. Mr. Collingwood, I didn't know we had guests. Oh, yeah, Agnes? This is Mr.
Hargreaves, I'm
Harworth
Mr. Bloomsworth.
and Bloomgreaves.
I'm Basil
close.
Bloomsworth, and this is Nigel Hargreaves, and we're friends of the society.
Yes, glad to make your acquaintance.
Indeed. Well, will your friends be staying for lunch?
Oh no. We were just finishing up here. And can I do a psychology check on her?
Yeah, what
if
do you
possible?
Yeah, kind of. She's watching you.
Yeah, I want to know why.
Yeah.
I have suspicions that she's suspicious of me, and I want to know.
Yeah,
about
give
her
me a psychology roll. Let's see what vibes you get.
Ooh, can I push it, Keeper?
Yeah, how are you gonna push a psychology roll? How are you gonna push this forwards?
So as I'm looking her over and kind of like taking the interaction in the context of the conversation, and I think I'd push the psychology roll just by kind of like asking like a leading question or a baiting question, like maybe something along the lines of, oh, it's just boring talk about security, just stuff that happens up with detectives, and if it works, maybe I catch her off guard, and if it doesn't work, it raises a red flag.
Okay, push me this roll. Let's see what you can get on a read from
Roll
that.
20, don't do me dirty now. Thank you, roll 20.
You get a read. The way she looks, she's definitely suspicious of you and Nigel. Like, she knows you're up to something. You can tell that. Just the way she looks at you, like, yeah. And, although she's wearing a servant's uniform, you get this distinct impression looking at her and Mr. Collinwood that he is not the one that is in charge of this situation. Like,
okay, I think I get it. Well,
look, we're not really set up for guests staying much longer, and Mr. Collinwood has a lot of work to be getting on with.
I understand that. I would just like to hear his response real quick, and I appreciate your time, Marm. I do.
And we take the security of the society very seriously, I assure you.
I am assured. But
all our valuables are locked away safely, and we take matters of theft most seriously. And as she says that, you see that the corner of her mouth twitch slightly, like she's smiling at some joke you don't quite get.
yes.
And her eyes sort of flick for a moment to the side, towards the garden.
I'm going to make a persuade roll to see if I can get her to shush, so this man can answer my question. I want to hear what.
Okay, this will be hard. This will
Mhm.
be hard.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I understand. I know you've been here for some time, I'm sure, but and with no disrespect, but the question was posed to my new colleague and my new friend. I became friends with the good doctor yesterday, so I would just like to hear his responses on persuade. A success. I need to spend a point to make that a hard success.
Yes, you do.
I will spend the point to make that a hard success, and I will say it in a way where it is kind of like
Mr. Collingwood. Learn what you know. Impart your great wisdom on our guests here. Sorry, what was the question again?
Do you feel that your safes are of adequate measures? Because we, being detectives, we also do deal in or with matters of all security.
Yes. Yeah, Agnes, are the safes of adequate measure? Where do we keep the safes? The safes are very secure, Mr. Collingwood. The safes are very secure.
Oh, wonderful. Here,
Agnes and James take care of all that sort of business.
Oh,
They're
very good. Very good. Well, if you're ever looking for a referral on safes or whatever, we know a couple people, and we could get you a good price as well.
See, yeah. Well, we'll keep that in mind. Yeah. I'm always in favor of a bargain, me.
Absolutely. Thank you for your good work on Dagon.
Yeah, Agnes is right. You probably guessed it going. God.
Is there any place we didn't get a chance to go on our tour?
Yeah, he didn't take you upstairs to the bedrooms, or downstairs to the servants' quarters.
Yeah.
Or into anyone's office.
Very good.
It was just sort of a tour of the public areas.
Splendid. Well, it was so nice to meet you, my good sir, and it was wonderful
to meet you too. Yeah. Look forward to seeing you around as a friend of the society.
Absolutely. We will do some consultation work with you, and vice versa. It was very fruitful. I'm very glad that our paths, and I'm going to look at her, crossed again.
Well, shall I show you gentlemen out?
I think we can find our own. Thank you. I don't want to trouble you. I know you're very busy.
And as she speaks, you can hear there's a ghost of an accent underneath her voice. She's covering up a bit, but you can definitely hear underneath. There's a more sort of probably country accent under there. think.
Do I detect?
I think Samwise Gamgee is the main evidence of what that sort of accent is.
Do I detect a hint of Country West, Marm?
Country West? Oh, I'm from the Severn Valley originally.
I have a couple good friends come from that area. Good people.
Well,
Good people. Is it? I'm just a humble man who works hard every day.
Well,
and where people come from doesn't matter.
It was good to meet you.
I feel like the pleasure was all mine. Nigel, try not to trip. You're muted.
Yes, I am. Thank you for that. I will do my best.
And as the two of you exit the society, that is where we will go to break.
Shanky messing with the clock.
We are back. My brain might not be, but I'm back. So, as Basil and Nigel were getting their very informative tour from the very informative Mr. Collinwood, Martin, having found that the gentleman, Dr. Barton, the gentleman you were looking for, is out at the moment, you head away from the university. And I believe you're taking your footman and your driver south of the river to go look for Pavel Nordstrom at his workshop.
Yeah, it's not the best area, so I'd rather take back up just in case.
Yeah, your carriage looks a bit out of place, but as you pull up outside the old Gaskill Drugs and Dyes where Pavel has his workshop, you see two heavy-set gentlemen heaving a large piece of machinery that you recognise from Pavel's workshop into the back of a cart that's parked up outside the factory gate. Probably watched over by the attentive eye of Avery.
Ah, good day, gentlemen. How's everyone today?
No, Mr. White, right?
It is. Avery, how are you today?
I'm doing fine. We've gotten a new investor, I guess, and they set us up with a new workshop, and we are currently in the process of moving everything.
Oh, that's very good news for you. How's Nordstrom this morning?
I haven't seen him this morning. They went to visit the new facilities, and I haven't seen him since then.
They? Who do you mean by they? Do you mean?
I mean, the professor and some other doctor guy.
Pendergast?
Yes.
Yes, I spoke to him yesterday as well. He was quite interested in Nordstrom's work.
Yes. And yeah, well, we're currently on the way there. I'm gonna go and take a look if we have everything.
Give me a spot hidden roll, I think. Let's make sure you've not left any important cogs and bits of machinery. You've got everything. You're good.
Yeah, I've got everything. It's fine.
Yeah, nothing to worry about that. You haven't left safety.
If there's something left, it'll be fine. I didn't see anything.
The safety
one
switch.
screw missing that will cause the downfall of the universe.
Yeah, like one fitting.
It'll be the safety switch he's left.
No. That one's big enough that I would see it, but it'll be fine.
I'd been thinking that it was probably not a good idea to have this set up in the city. Probably somewhere near the coast would have been a better choice.
Yeah. This.
So if things go wrong, it can be put into the sea.
Yeah, or if it's outside the city, there's less people getting hurt when there's shrapnel flying around.
Have you got an address? The Forden address, so I can send information to about this. I'd actually hoped to invest in this as well myself.
I mean, we were going there right now.
Oh, and on that point.
Oh yeah, we're sticking this on a train. It's getting picked up by some guys at the other end.
Oh,
Then we definitely need an address because I need to get there.
but the thing is,
yeah. I don't know. I was just told to put it on a train at a certain time. I have to ask the boss when I get back.
Is that Pendergast, Dr. Pendergast, or?
I mean, he was the one that was there yesterday, or at least the person that was there.
Or
he hired us. Him and a lawyer friend of his.
Oh, Abernathy, Mr. Abernathy. Yes.
Hired us. Get the stuff from here, stick it on a train, send it down south. Get paid. Didn't ask too many questions after that.
Well, you don't have to, really. They pay you not to ask those questions sometimes.
Oh, no, it's just a load-in job.
Seems straightforward, but no forwarding address, but Abernathy would know it.
Seems so, yeah.
That's good. I know Abernathy, so at the very least,
they gave us a card if we had any problems. He fills out a very crumpled-looking card. The London Esoteric Society at 18 Grosvenor Square.
It's okay. I already have this.
There's a phone number on there if you've got a phone. I mean, I don't have a phone, so.
Fair enough. I mean, I live a few doors down from them, so it's a bit of a surprise. But yes, Avery, you forgot to come for lunch yesterday.
Oh, I didn't really remember where I was supposed to go, and then I was busy with.
Okay, I understand you've been busy tidying up here. Yes, 30 Grosvenor Square, just down the road from the London Esoteric Society.
Oh, so you're basically neighbours.
Yes. Mr. Abernathy, I know him. He does some work for me as well, legal advice now and again, on occasion.
All right.
It's just a bit of a shame. I'd hoped to outbid this doctor, to be fair. But perhaps I can just...
My apologies, I wasn't...
I can always give additional funding, I suppose. I'm sure additional funding won't go amiss.
I'd assume so. I'd also assume, he's been intending to make the gates bigger, which I'm not entirely certain that this person's, that they know enough to...
Did he strike? He's a linguist. He's not a scientist.
Yeah. I mean, he probably just wanted more output for the resulting thing. I'm assuming.
Well, it does need changes doing to the design. It's too dangerous.
Yes. That's why I recommend it smaller, not bigger, because I mean, you've seen what you know.
Well, something else to think about is the possibility. Why not having the gates reversing, so they sort of the directions of the gate switch continuously?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, like switching. Yes.
So the gates never open long enough for something to get through.
What my idea was
continuously
have a lot of them and in one sphere, so that if they go in one way, they would be sucked out the other way immediately.
Exactly. So you got a continuous thing going on. It might work, but I don't know enough about engineering or science.
I mean, that would, and I'm gonna just start doing
I'm sorry to hold you gents up. Have you got everything that you need?
I mean,
I'm addressing the two gents that have been loading up, because obviously I want to just make sure they've got all their packages. I've not noticed they haven't forgotten anything that I can see. Is there, Keeper?
Give me a spot hidden, please.
Let's have a look. I'm not very good at this, but you never know. You get that. I spot nothing. But so do you know what train this is going on?
Yeah, it needs to make the 3 o'clock down to Brighton.
Ah, Brighton. Yeah, Oldbrook or something is that way.
I don't know, I've never been to Brighton. I'm a London boy.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't even like being this side of the river. It seems a bit too far from home.
What are the names, by the way? I'm Mr. White.
I'm Dave. This is my cousin Eric.
What sort of work do you do?
We move stuff. We do security.
Now, security. Now that's an interesting one. I might require your work at some point, or your services. So I might have to look you up. How would I get in touch with you?
We got a card, Eric. Just the one.
I've got a good memory. It's okay. Just.
Yeah, he gives you an address. On Whitechapel Road, in the East End.
Cool.
No, Mile End Road.
I'll make a note of it.
Yeah, it's probably not too far from the
Detectives
agency. It's the same sort of part of town that Martin White would not normally go anywhere near.
Nope. But I don't want to hold you up with this anyway. I'm still disappointed I can't invest in this, but I'll chase up with the doctor himself when I can.
Yeah. Well, that's above our...
Your pay grade.
Yeah, pay grade.
That's
It's
the good
pay
one.
grade. We just get pay. Anyway, right, we better get this on the train. Thank you. Alright. And they hop on to take this cart off away, leaving Avery and Martin standing at the factory gates. Or the old factory gates.
Well, Avery, remember that book that Nordstrom had?
Yeah. He was missing it, I think.
Yeah, it got stolen from me.
Oh.
I did not wish to mention it in front of those two gentlemen, using that term loosely, of course. But it looks like, well, I'd taken it after the incident yesterday. Well, it was yesterday, or maybe the day before. After the experiment seemed to have gone a bit wrong. I'd taken the book just to keep it safe and to look after it, really, and to return it to Nordstrom once he was of sound mind. And I had a quick look through it. It seems to be some sort of pseudo-occult science. It's unusual. It seems the scientific drawings in it match, but we don't seem to quite obey the same rules as we'd expect it.
Yeah, we've seen that together when we sat there.
It was interesting, but unfortunately I don't read Swedish. But I was going to keep hold of it for a bit. But it turned out I got a visit from Dr. Pendergast and a lady, a Miss Lucy Ward, I think the name was. And they took the book, and it seems that Lucy Ward seems to have a talent of mesmerism or hypnotism, because I lost a lot of time, then found that the book was missing, and it's taken me a while to piece together my memories of that. Turns out my butler has lost his memories as well of that morning. But it looks like they took the book. I mean, the book had no value to me. I was keeping hold of it to return it to Nordstrom after, well, the place had been cleaned up, really. I can't read Swedish, so it's no interest to me. But Dr. Pendergast seemed to have an interest in it, and I'd actually approached him to ask him to help me find the book, which had gone missing, which was a bit ironic, seeing since I found he may have been the one who stole it.
I'll have to ask someone, but maybe that's. I mean, if it's Lady Ward, then potentially, potentially, it can be seen around their estate. And I don't know some of the servants there.
No, I think I don't believe. I think Dr. Pendergast is the one in charge. I believe Miss Ward is a member of the London Esoteric Society as well, and I think he was the one calling the shots. So I suspect the society has the book, but I think Miss Ward might be fairly innocent, although I'm not too happy with her, to say the least. I'd almost considered getting in touch with her father, but I won't do that. It's just a bit of a difficult situation to be in, I must add. The two detectives, I think you remember them from the incident anyway.
Yeah.
Hargreaves and Bloomsworth. Yeah, it's all a bit of a mess. It seems there's a few strange things going on. It's probably worth catching up with the pair of them. Are you finished here, or do you need to tidy up some more, or
I mean,
everything?
We've put everything on that wagon. I was intending to, have them carry me along and take the train with them.
But do you know where? Well, that's a very good point. It's probably plenty. I'm not sure. Keeper, how long have we got before that train?
I mean, are you trying to get the? They've already taken the car off of this train.
I know they've taken it, but within the day,
it probably leaves in about half an hour.
Half an hour.
We're gonna be close to make it. They should be able to make it.
We could make it. Well, I've got my coach anyway, so I could head that way.
Yeah.
Should we pick up the two detectives on the way? Head past their office.
Probably not a bad idea. Additional eyes, I guess.
Sorry, just to be clear, I was saying that the gentleman with the cart full of equipment will probably make the train, them having already left before you.
That's a very good point, but I could always send a telegraph to the detective agency in Brighton.
Yeah.
To ask them to keep tabs of the cart, well, the delivery. That's a very good
try, yes.
I've got enough money to pay for someone.
Yeah.
That's a good plan. Well, Avery, don't worry too much about catching the train. We'll find the detectives. It's going to take a while for that train to arrive. I'll send word to someone in Brighton to try and keep an eye on where it's going, so at least we have an idea.
All right.
I think we need to meet up with the two detectives to discuss what we need to do, because I'm not happy with, one, the book being stolen from me.
Yeah, fair.
Two, my memory's been stolen. I'm taking that personally, and I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to deal with that. But yes, we need to catch up with the two detectives. They might have a more sane look to this. I'm just too angry to...
Well, I'm a bit worried that I haven't seen Mr. Nordstrom this morning.
Yeah, there's something strange afoot, certainly.
I mean, he certainly didn't say he was going to stay somewhere else, and I mean, I assume that that they agree on that. But if they're stealing this book,
how do you know he's okay? That's why I wanted to visit today, to make sure he was okay.
I mean, I didn't know that there was a reason to be worried that he might not be.
Well, let's just get going, catch up with the detectives, see what's happening with them.
Yeah, sure.
I've got some information, some leads, but they might be better to find information than us, to be fair.
Hey, so are you heading to meet the detectives at their detective agency on the dodgy side of town?
Very likely. Well,
can we take a quick stop at my house? I would just tell family where I am.
Very good point. No problem at all. I mean, we'll just take my coach. It's just outside. I brought my footman as well, because I wasn't quite confident with this part of the city.
Yeah, and I will tell my sister that.
I believe your sister would be at work.
Oh yeah, right. They're at work.
Yes.
That's
your family, I believe, would be at work.
I'll just write a.
Leave a note.
They are working class people. They don't have the facility to just be around the house waiting for calls. No, they're busy.
Yeah, they're not here right now. I'll just write a note. If she can look at the estate for a book and describe the book that's been missing near the young lady's presence. That's gone missing near the young lady's presence, and if she's been
So would does your sister live at home, or would your sister live on the Ward estate?
I'm suggesting that this book might that she might have been a prank.
My question was, if your sister is a maid for the wards,
Yeah.
does she live at home and travel to work every morning, or does she live on the ward estate like most servants would?
It's probably a weekend at home thing, I'd assume.
She probably gets, like, Sunday morning, she'll come home, visit the family.
Yeah. So I would probably have both of those, both my fiance and her. It would be like that one.
Yeah. So you're leaving a message for. I think today is a Thursday. So
Right.
we've got a couple of days to go.
Then it wasn't that pressing a matter, but I left the note.
Now, I like to imagine that Avery has just been in Pavel's world so long he has entirely forgotten what day of the week it is, or
Fair enough.
how
Yeah,
the
probably.
normal world outside. But it's just like,
So she's not here, so it's not Saturday or Sunday. So I'm writing a note.
Yeah.
And I'm not insisting that she did anything wrong. Just like that's gone missing. And she was there, and we know her. Maybe she thought it interesting and snuck it off. And if she just could look, just so this can be hush hush, and there's nothing, wouldn't want anything to be on. Something along those lines, basically.
Okay.
They're better with the social stuff than I am, so I'm gonna leave that totally in their ballpark.
Alright, yeah. So you leave a note for your sister and your fiance to look into that matter, and so you're heading on over to Whitechapel, to this slightly rickety-looking brick building, like that. The bottom step looks like a hazard. Like someone is going to break their leg on that at some point, or their neck. It just looks dangerous. And the door, there's a slight hanging off the hinge on it. It's not looking good. But it's standing, and the sign says that it is the home of Hargreaves and Blooms.
Do I have my tools with me?
You might have a tool belt.
Up to you, yeah. You might be the. I feel
I'm
Avery could
gonna
be the
fix
kind of
that
fellow
door.
who's.
This
carries
disturbs me. This is worrying. But at least the door, the stairs, that's too much work. I can't change that right now. But the door, come on.
Hello?
Start fixing the door on the outside.
So just to be clear, your first introduction to Avery's arrival is when he starts taking the door off the hinges.
One way to make an entrance.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this. This is gonna fall in her face at some point.
Hello?
What is that? Nigel, did you fall into something?
No.
What is
not
that?
Recently.
That thud. What is that?
Hey, I'm fixing your door.
Are you?
Thank
Are
you.
you okay?
Yeah.
We were worried about you. We hadn't seen you for a while.
I was working.
Huh.
Yeah, that works there. So I'm gonna come inside.
That's so much
Yes.
better. Thank you.
Here, would you like to? You could sit at our good table. Come
Yeah.
in.
And the good chair too.
Yes. We don't technically have a good chair. Don't promise.
This is fine.
Shh. Shh.
Yeah. We might have to hire you out to fix things when we have money.
Yeah.
So maybe next year. Anyway, did you come by yourself?
Mr. White?
Yeah, he would have been with them at the door.
Okay.
We better check to make sure he's
Mr. White
okay.
just hanging back because, like,
In case the door landed on me.
dangerous manual
okay.
labor taking place. It looks like a
Yes.
hazard.
Come in, Mr. White.
Oh, good. I'm glad to see
Yes.
you made it. You didn't get pulled into a side alley here.
No, I've got two gentlemen with me. They work for me, but, well, I pay them, but I think they actually work for my father to keep me out of trouble.
All right.
One's my groom, my coachman, and the other's one of the footmen.
Are they large?
They're actually brothers, twins.
Okay, good. That's the important thing. Well,
I think they used to
welcome
be some sort. They used to be former enforcers or something like that for one of the gangs in London.
Oh, very good, very good. Then they know the score. They know the score. Good, 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 good. Yeah. So I had an idea. It went to pot.
We learned some things.
Yeah, we need to never mess with that maid. Good
Oh
lord.
God, Agnes. Yes.
She is made of hatred. Made of hatred and
What were you doing with a maid?
a gentleman
Well,
never kisses and tells. No, we
we-
went back to the London Esoteric Society, trying to get a tour and poke around and see if we could learn anything. And all we learned is that Mr. What was his name? Colin Face.
Collinwood.
Colin Knuckle.
Wood.
Yeah.
Collinwood.
Absolute moron. Just is as useful as
I don't know necessarily that he's a moron. He just was very scatterbrained. He had many things on his mind. Obviously.
Yeah, like how to button his shirt and what time it was and not setting himself on fire. Look, I know that there's no nice way
Brain
to
like
put it.
Swiss cheese.
Yes.
It was like talking to a rabbit. Like he just was zooming around mentally everywhere. And you're right, I should not be so unkind. He knows a lot and he's very smart. And he told something about a cult of Dagon, and I don't want to go anywhere near the waters now. Not that the water is ever particularly great to be around. But
the Thames isn't well known as a good bathing spot.
No. I like ponds like that. Those are nice. But anyway, yeah, we didn't get too much out of it. And Agnes is a horrifying woman, and Colin Chin has zero power there, and completely and utterly inept.
Yeah, she's very much the one in charge of him, at least.
Yeah.
I mean, some relationships are like that.
I think she beats him, which I would understand. I wanted to beat him. What did we learn? Oh, James was like, well, I could have. He was scared of us being there.
He had advised us not to go there.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Anyway, Colin Shin was. I'm sure he was doing his best. I just don't. I thought, especially since the good doctor wasn't there, that we'd have a chance to take advantage of things. They would not take us to his office, and they're quite what's the word I'm looking for? Confident in their safe. So
Agnes certainly is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think my morning was as well. It was as successful as your own. I had a plan, and it didn't go to plan. I tried to find out as much information as I could on the Dr. Pendergast. And I spoke to his contact at the university. Simply because I wanted to give the impression to the doctor that I wasn't onto him. I was following his advice to contact his friend about the book. So that wasn't particularly successful, but I have written to the doctor to advise him, if he finds any information about the book, to contact yourselves as the detectives in this matter.
Okay.
Implying that I've decided I'm not interested in this book anymore, but I'm interested in the fact it was stolen. It's just to give him the impression that I'm an idiot, and that's
no one's going to believe that.
No one will believe that. But we did. Our original intent was to go to talk to Pendergast. Whatever. But he was out of the society.
Yeah, it looks like he arranged for Nordstrom's equipment. He's decided to fund Nordstrom's work.
Oh.
And
I thought you wanted to.
He's arranged to have it all shipped to Brighton.
Odd place.
Shipped to where now?
Brighton.
Oh.
I believe it's leaving on the 3 o'clock train today, so it's probably already gone. But
do you know where in Brighton?
Out again?
No, but I'm thinking of trying to get hold of a detective agency down in Brighton to get eyes on it. And send a telegraph to him, so that'll arrive before the train does, at least so he can keep an eye out for it.
Yeah, Brighton isn't too far outside of London. I think on the train, talking an hour at this time.
Exactly, so
yeah.
It'll be quick, but the thing is, they still need to load the train, unload it, and all that, so...
So we should probably do the telegram thing now.
Yes.
Right?
So I'll have to sort that out.
Yes. Yeah.
This might be a strange question. Did anyone have any weird dreams last night?
Only of you screaming.
That's a weird thing to dream about, and you need to go to an institution.
I mean, you mean like... I mean, I had a bit of a weird thing with like a... You know, the tentacle from the experiment?
Oh,
But otherwise...
as well. Yeah,
I mean, yeah, I mean, you work through what you saw, so obviously you would dream about it a bit.
Exactly.
Oh, I didn't have any dreams. It was just that Nigel kept asking me about dreams, so I was just wondering.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I mean, it's fine.
Good. Well, I think that we should come up with our next thought. We know that nothing is good and safe. That the society seems like a horrible place filled with horrible people.
But
James,
what exactly is going on? I mean, I know that the book's been stolen.
the book was stolen, and they
Yeah.
messed with his brain. His brain being Martin's.
But what is also strange is it turns out this society collects dangerous books and artifacts for some reason. They seem to be hoarding them.
I mean,
You mentioned the doctor had wanted something about the portals being made bigger, didn't he?
yeah, that doesn't. I mean, I don't really know the portal part really well, but I would think that a bigger portal is easier to go through than a smaller portal, and
Yes.
that's why I wanted to get smaller portals. But I don't know if they just don't know anything, right? They might just be like, bigger portal means more energy means better.
No, they know stuff. They all know stuff. That evil maid, Avery. I'm sorry, she freaks me out, and she had this look on her face like she knew stuff that we didn't know. It's like I believe that it's like this huge grand conspiracy with all of them, and it's like I feel
everybody knows stuff others don't. That's just normal. You can't know everything.
That is an incredibly effective rebuttal to what I'm saying. Be that as it may, that's really good. I knew I liked you. That was really good. But I'm talking about something more smaller, more textualized.
He didn't strike me as like a scientist person. He seemed more like interested from like a conceptual angle.
Like the esoteric angle?
Yeah, the thing with the portal.
Yeah, good.
I mean, it still needs to work before no matter how big he wants his portal, if it's not working, you can't have a big portal. That's just how it is.
We shouldn't risk them making it. What if, hear me out, we burn down the London Esoteric Society?
What is wrong with you?
You want to burn down a building in the center of London? Well, do I need to remind you of 1666?
I wasn't around then.
It is the tiny matter of the servants tend to live in those buildings.
Yeah.
In the attic and the basement usually, and I live quite nearby.
I would like to point out that the London Esoteric Society is part of a terraced row of houses that adjoins around Grosvenor Square, including Martin's own house. Just to make that clear.
Fine.
Also, maybe if you want to burn that down, you would need to get past Agnes.
Oh,
Formidable.
God.
How about a counter proposal? We find out where this has been shipped to,
An excellent idea.
And we
And burn that down.
No.
What is it with you burning things
we
today?
find out where it is, and we decide then whether we're going to burn it down or not.
I will tell you
sure.
what it is. I will tell you what it is with burning.
But in the meantime, I need to send a telegram. I might send word to Mr. Abernathy that I wish to speak to him as well.
I like that.
Yeah.
Fire is what
you also
cured
have a
the last
telephone as
problem.
well as a telegram, should you need it, by the way.
What's that? Sorry, Keeper?
You also have a telephone as well as a telegram, should you want it.
Oh, yes, that's true. I'll probably... not sure what would I think would be the easiest method at this time? Just to ring through to a detective agency.
You don't know of any detective agencies operating in Brighton, so you'd be ringing through to the local police station. Probably would be your best bet if you're asking questions down there.
Yes.
Wealthy people, just a favor. It's fine.
Anyway, I'll have to head off to sort that out. Whatever I'm going to do.
Should we just wait here for you?
You can do if you wish. I'm just going to go home and make a couple of phone calls. So I can either come back or...
We meet you in, what, 30 Grosvenor Square?
13, yes.
13, okay.
I shouldn't be out long, to be fair.
Okay, until later.
And I'll head off to try and contact, well, possibly the police to try and find someone, a detective agency in the area to keep tabs on something. And I'll also want to speak to Mr. Abernathy, ideally.
Okay, so which one are you going? Are you making a phone call first? Are you heading home?
I'll send him word to get the thing tracked as soon as possible so I can find out where it's going. On the off chance I don't find off Mr. Abernathy.
Okay, so who are you phoning?
How would I find out about a detective agency at this time in Brighton?
You could look up a phone book. You could go down, send a servant down there to knock on doors and ask around.
I'll check the phone
call,
book.
The local area and ask if there's a detective agency. You have no reason to believe necessarily that there even is a detective agency operating in Brighton necessarily.
That's true.
There might not be one.
I have an idea, which may be a bit strange. I'm just going to ring the railway station.
Good afternoon, Brighton Railway Station. How may we help you?
Oh, a friend of mine has sent a delivery. Dr. Pendergast has sent something through from the 3 o'clock from London. And I don't think he's given the correct forwarding address.
Sorry, your friend arrived on the 3 o'clock?
No, my friend hasn't arrived. Sorry, he sent a cartload of a shipment, a delivery of mechanical parts.
Yeah, that was all collected on time. Yes, that was.
Was it Abernathy that collected it, or is it someone else?
No. The other, it was Dr. Pendergast, not Abernathy.
He collected it himself. That's good.
No, he sent some people to collect it.
Did he send a forwarding address? I know where he's based in London, but I don't know the Brighton address for him. It's a bit strange, but he's got damaged.
He's staying over at the Grand Hotel on the seafront.
Of course, it would be, wouldn't it? So that's where you had it all sent to.
I can give you their phone number if it's any help.
Oh, that'll be a great help. Thank you very much.
He rattles off a
I'll
number.
make a note of it. Well, thank you very much for your time.
No bother, sir. Glad I could help.
Okay. And next job, I'll send word to Mr. Abernathy, probably a note, ask it to request a meeting with himself to discuss legal matters.
Once again, you could give her a phone call.
That's true. I know. I like the idea of writing letters to people.
Martin's an old-fashioned gentleman. I understand. Yeah, you can write him a letter asking for a meeting.
He has like fountain pens and stuff like that. He likes doing fancy pens and seals and stuff. No, he'll phone him.
You can still write a letter.
It'll make his soul bleed, but he'll still phone him. It's all this technical stuff. I mean, where are things going? We're moving away from writing. What'll happen next? Messages flying through the air. Invisible messages. But I'll ring Abernathy up. I can't remember if he gave me his card because I spoke to him in the social.
Yeah, you do have his number.
I probably know how to get hold of him.
Cecil Abernathy, speaking.
Just the person. Mr. White here. I believe we spoke at Nordstrom's experiment.
Oh, yeah, we met at the club the other day.
Oh, yes, true.
Neville, yeah.
Were you at Nordstrom's thing as well? I can't remember now.
No, I didn't make it in the end.
Oh,
I heard there was a bit of a to-do down there.
It was interesting to say the least.
Yeah. Anything I can help you with?
Possibly. This is a bit strange. I'd consulted an organisation you may have heard of, the London Esoteric Society.
Yes. I'm a member, actually.
I know, that's why I'm ringing you. Dr. Pendergast, actually, I'd consulted him about a theft of a book. Nordstrom's book seems to have vanished.
Oh dear, that's a problem.
Definitely.
I hope it turns up.
Same here. I was just wondering how much you knew about Dr. Pendergast.
Oh, yeah, he's a friend. Look,
I trust yourself, but I don't know how much I can trust him with looking into this matter for me.
When it comes to matters of finding things, Pendergast's brilliant at that sort of thing. Looking into things, finding answers. That's his got a talent for it. But
have you known him for a long time then?
A while. Look, I can. I've known him about 5 years.
That's not too long, really.
Yeah. Good chap. Anyway, anything else I can help you with?
No, I was just trying to get really an idea of how much I can trust this doctor to find this book.
Trustworthy gentleman. I trust him with my life.
Fair enough. It sounds as if you do trust him quite a bit. That's okay. That's all I needed to know. I wanted to get an idea business-wise. No problem. Thank you for your time. And I'll hang up and head back towards the new society.
Well, during the time, so it's probably by the time it takes Martin to get from the detectives over to his house, make some calls back again, you've got a couple of hours. Is there anything the three of you want to do in the time whilst he is gone?
Well, I would try to get Basil to understand that trying to burn something made from solid steel is not going to work. And then that he's also doesn't need to worry about the whole thing because it's just going to rip apart and blow up if something goes wrong anyway. So it's basically self-eliminating the problem. So he doesn't need to be worried.
I am now incredibly worried because that just sounds like we're gonna get a fire with a different order of operations.
I mean, spoiler. It goes boom if it's too much speed.
I believe you. I just am not convinced that it won't rip a hole in time and space before doing that. And now we just have a silvery thing that's on fire and very upset. My optimism died that night.
You might need to have somebody with like mental problems look at you. I mean, the one that deals with them. You know what I mean?
No one knows what you mean.
This is fine.
Anyway, I was just talking out loud. I was just floating an idea. That's all. Nigel's the idea guy, so I'll follow his lead. I'll follow your lead. I'm more of a people person and a people hitter.
Okay.
So that's what I do. Although I have not hit anyone in 3 years. So
I feel that's coming to a change here shortly.
It doesn't count if it's you, by the way, but probably.
Damn. All right. Well, you did
So that's the mechanic. I see.
You did a really good job on that door.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the hinges. It's fine.
Do you think you could work on a step? Because that thing is going to kill someone.
Yeah,
could be
but
bad
that's
for
going to
business.
take a while. Like, you're not going to use that door while it takes a while.
Well, that could be a problem. How about Basil's favorite table?
If you touch my table, I will be upset.
I just want to make it more stable while we engage Mr. Collins.
Feels good on my back. Anyway, Mr. Collins is a brilliant man. He doesn't need to.
Well, I'm get the feeling that he has a bit more ability in regards to the mechanical engineering than Mr. Nordstrom.
Significantly.
He certainly does. He's just some more scatterbrained occasionally. You kind of need to if you manage to keep him on track, he's really brilliant, and he's brilliant in all the tracks he goes. It's just difficult to sort what belongs where.
So I don't. Go ahead. Okay. I was just going to say that when he was ranting and raving like a madman the other night, he didn't seem to believe that himself. He basically said, I have this book and I stood on the shoulder of giants. And
I mean, yeah, that's how science works.
Yeah, well, he didn't seem to do that either. I sensed some self-loathing. I don't know. Avery, here's the thing. I feel guilty about everything that happened.
It'll pass.
Why?
Well,
because you pretended to be an investor.
No,
God, for a nice evening.
No, God, no, I don't care about lying. What are you talking about? I'm a detective. That's literally the job. Who could give two?
So what is that it went wrong?
It's no, God, no, I didn't do that. I'm not the doofus that made that screw up either. No, where I feel guilty about it's not the act of lying. It's what happened potentially because of the lie. Like, would he have gone to such great lengths and taken such risks?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, all right. My guilt does pass. Nigel, you were correct.
Okay.
And a pig goes flying.
We're not at the Battersea Power Station.
I mean, the idea is endless energy for the entirety of the humanity, right? That's
sure.
Worth risks.
I don't necessarily agree or disagree. I don't understand these things. Look, I just try to help people. That's literally.
Well, Avery, what was it exactly that? I mean, I know we know that Nordstrom's trying to make a new power source, but do you know what it was exactly he was trying to tap into?
Not really. I mean, it's like a portal to the sun, and the sun is pretty hot. I mean, still from our direction, right? If you're going out in the sun, you notice that. And if we tap it directly, we can just use that as a power source. The problem was that the portal didn't stay the size it was supposed to stay. And then the thing came out. So that's the thing that needs to be solved before another one can go ahead.
Okay. Because as far as I mean, my science education is somewhat lacking in this regard, but I was not aware that there was a silver thing at the sun. I mean, if you're trying to power it from the sun, it went to the wrong place. Did you?
I don't think it did. I mean, maybe it's just inside and you don't see it from the outside. I mean, the sun's pretty bright. You can't really look at it with your eyes.
Well, then we'll just land on it at night. And
I mean, night.
I'm joking.
That was for 1 second. I wasn't sure if you were.
No, but do you think the thing came out of the sun, or did the portal get open to the wrong place?
Both of those are possible. You don't recall.
Potentially.
You don't recall seeing any sun that night. It was dark in the room. Apart from the silvery thing, it was dark.
All right, so it was dark, so we didn't get the bright side. I mean, it might be the other side. I mean, the sun's supposed to go inside the boiler, right? So we might have just seen the other side of the portal.
Okay. All right. So let's
Right.
respond. Let's.
Sun's supposed to go inside the boiler.
Yeah, that's what I was about to address. So, I think it's a dangerous thing, just conceptually, to have a portal to the sun, because things break, just in general, as a general rule. I would like to just throw that out there, because apparently I'm crazy for thinking about burning down a house, but apparently having a hole to the sun that might break and kill everything or summon a silvery death god is right as rain. Just throwing it out there. And he looks around like, what the fuck is happening? What is my reality? With that being said, Avery, your brilliance is very engaging. And I appreciate you and your work ethic. So I just want to take a step back. How do we solve the main issue?
Which is?
The Dr. Pennygreen is evil.
And we know that how?
He stole the book and wiped Martin's memory. And when I interacted with him, he kind of came across as a proverbial demon.
I mean, he was an old white man shaking a hand, so I guess that's correct.
Sure, I don't understand politics either. What I'm really trying to get across right now is this is an evil man who was funding the ability to make a sun, death, portal, silver god contraption. And that's only the third craziest thing I've said today.
I mean, so your whole argument is, I mean, he did the thing. Okay.
Yes, my entire argument is that a man who has mind-wiping magical capabilities, who is happy enough to look you in the eye and taunt you about it while he thinks that he has that over you, who is now funding the construction of something that should probably have never been thought of being created, that came from a book that should not exist, that is a bad thing, and he lives in the house filled with vaults, with evil books, filled with worse knowledge that they could also, in fact, use to hurt people. Yes, that is my argument. That is the argument that I am putting forth to you, that he and that society is a bad thing, and it needs to not exist.
Okay, so let's just, how about we go and try to find out what he's even doing. I mean, they moved the stuff to Brighton, so we should probably go there. And we should probably, I mean, I need to go there anyway, right? I need to assemble the whole thing. They're not going to get that thing together without me anyway. I mean, unless Pavel gets, like...
Might be a good idea to throw a wrench in it rather than reconstructing.
I don't think that a wrench in there is a good idea.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I don't think making it is a good idea.
Think about the potential.
Yes, yes, the potential.
We'll see. We'll see.
No, I saw, Avery. I saw a silvery tentacle monster that made your benefactor or employer go insane and go, "It's here." I do a really gruff, like, impersonation of his employer's voice. "He's here. It's now," or whatever crazy thing he said. I mean, that almost killed everyone.
Is this even compatible with what I remember?
We're all okay now.
Yeah, I mean, well, let's just go and take a look, right? Okay. And we'll.
Nice.
I promise I'll be careful. I don't want anything to come out there anyway.
And who wouldn't like a nice trip to the sea?
True.
We just learned about the fish people today.
Don't mind them.
People?
Fish people.
Don't always mind.
Do I know about fish people?
I don't know. Do you know about fish people? You don't know about fish people, I don't think.
They were not relevant to my research.
That's not at all been relevant to anything that the Nordstrom was interested in.
Hydropower.
Redirected. What about sea power? So yeah, as you're making these decisions, it's probably when Martin returns, having made his phone call. You return to, as Avery. You probably return to the words "fish people."
I'll probably pretend I didn't hear fish people.
Oh, well, Mr. White, welcome back.
My idea.
Yes. Well, some success, I suppose. I spoke to Mr. Abernathy, and he thinks Dr. Pendergast is a good person. He trusts him completely with his life, which means we probably can't count on him to act against him.
Right.
So this Pendergast guy can meddle with people's mind.
Yes.
And we have a fanatically trusting other person.
At least two, because I suspect Miss Ward is much the same. I'm just wondering if this gentleman has meddled with all their minds. But either way, Dr. Pendergast has stopping at a hotel in Brighton, the Grand Hotel.
Okay.
So at least we know where. Mr. Hargreaves, you mentioned something strange about Dr. Pendergast's size.
Yes, it was just a very unsettling feeling when I was talking to him and noticed.
I have an idea. Well, we're all going to have to go to Brighton, possibly. May I employ your agency to locate Pendergast and Nordstrom?
Yes, you may. We would be glad to take your case.
Thank you.
Can we negotiate a fee, please? We need money. I just gesture wildly at everything.
Oh, I'm quite happy to pay you for it. Don't worry. I'll cover our costs on the journey. We probably need to head to Brighton today.
Yeah, I'd say so too.
I think you two detectives are much better at me at tracking people, finding information, that sort of thing. So it's more suited your sort of talents rather than mine.
These sorts of things are possible.
So if we end up heading to Brighton, we'll try to find out the address and the information. So Avery, you can catch up with your employer and see what needs doing with his device. And I'm not sure.
Now, do you think we should stop at the same hotel?
Probably not the best idea, to be fair.
Yeah.
Because one, he'd recognise all of us.
Mm-hmm.
But there's probably a few hotels in Brighton along that.
I'm sure. It's
I'm not sure.
Quite a popular
Avery,
place.
Yeah, Avery, what's your view on this? Because this device, do you think it's a good idea what they're proposing or a bad idea?
I mean, I'm not sure about the idea of Pendergast to get bigger and larger portals, because there was something coming out there, and that's we shouldn't risk that. But the general idea to get the power from that thing seems like a good idea.
I think the idea itself is sound, other than there's certainly a lot of safety precautions that need to be taken.
I mean, you don't want, same way you don't want like open belts running around everywhere.
Exactly, but I don't trust this Dr. Pendergast. It just doesn't seem right. I'm not sure how far we should go to stop his plan from. It just seems wrong.
I need to go there anyway, right? I need to be there to do my job, and I'm assuming that I would probably be able to notice when he's trying to do stuff that is dangerous, sir.
That's a very good point. We don't want him doing something dangerous. We don't want it going wrong. But if you head there, I've told you where Dr. Pendergast is stopping, so you could inquire there about Nordstrom, and we'll make arrangements to stop somewhere else nearby and see what we can find out about them. And between all of us, we should be able to come up with some sort of plan and some sort of approach on this.
Martin.
Sure.
You're a donor to this as well, correct?
I have not given any money towards it yet.
Okay. That would explain how they were able to just haul off without even telling you. We just can't let people get hurt. That is the extent of it. And I will be upfront now. If I see anything happen scientifically that's going to lead to people being hurt,
I'm going to shut it down that moment.
Yes, but if we disagree and you think it won't, I'm still going to shut it down.
Look, if there's a situation that is likely to get somebody hurt, I'm shutting it down just a precaution. I don't want anybody to get hurt either.
My concern
I
was
believe you.
Nordstrom's not entirely in his own mind and might make mistakes or might overlook something, but I don't think Dr. Pendergast is too concerned about the casualties, the collateral damage, we'll say.
Well, this is still a prototype device, so if it gets shut down.
Yeah.
I mean, have you worked in the industry?
I'd rather avoid casualties.
I had an idea. Since we're all about to travel, at some point in the future, maybe as we know Pendergast when he's out somewhere like Brighton and the like, we could lure the people out of the Esoteric Society at like some type of function or charity, or come up with something that would even allow for their service people to their servants to go. And then one of us breaks in.
Aren't the servants there all the time?
That's why I'm coming up with a ruse. Just saying, there's stuff in that house, and I don't trust that house. There's bad things in that house that should not exist and should not be there. And if it should exist, those people shouldn't have it.
If there's dangerous stuff,
evil.
So assumption one: if there's dangerous stuff in there, how do we know that who the correct hand is, right? Because everybody can abuse shit, and we just don't really know them, right?
They have a man who wiped our friend's memory, haunted him with it, and then stole his book, and then tried to make a death contraption sun god maker summoner thing from it. So yes, we do know that they are bad.
We know that the dude is bad.
Yes.
Because the rest of them could just be also, victims of the dude.
I do agree it is an option we need to consider, the possibility that we need to possibly do something along those lines. But
all of you are frustrating me, and I'm going to go talk to Madam Green, and I just leave. I just walk out of the thing.
Basil storms out into the. By this point, it's it's basically night. It's about 6 o'clock in the evening, which means it's dark. It's February.
Yeah.
They go out into the cold and the dark, leaving the others behind. It sounds like the plan is to get the train tomorrow morning down to Brighton. Is that the plan?
I think tomorrow morning we'll need to make preparations, possibly look into booking a hotel in advance, that sort of thing. And
yeah, as Basil heads off, you said you were going to look for Madam Green. I think we've got time for this before we end. Yes. Does anyone else want to do anything after Basil's left? Anyone else got any other business to attend to in London before they leave?
Not really. Just wanted to notice that note that Every doesn't know why Basil is so pissed. I was just debating.
He gets like this. He'll be back shortly.
Yep, sure.
So yeah, as the rest of you sort of mull over your thoughts, your plans for tomorrow, Basil, you head down to. It's a small office above a warehouse around the corner, which is known for a place where if you have a problem in the local area, you can talk to someone there. As you approach, you can see there's a big fella at the bottom of the steps smoking a pipe and watching everyone go by. There's another big fellow across the street reading a newspaper and watching everyone go by. At the top, there is a green painted door. It's opened by A scraggly, scuffy man with not many fingers.
No, not him. God damn it. I knew I should have killed him.
And you
Hello.
see that behind a desk is Madam Green, the local
Problem solver.
problem solver and insurance agent.
Yeah.
And problem creator.
The problems that she solves, the problems she fucking creates is what she does.
Mr. Bloomsworth. Alright,
Madam
Bob, you can
Green.
wait outside.
Madam, may I?
Take a seat.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't expecting to see you here. Of all people.
I wasn't expecting to be here.
Has there been a problem with our arrangement from yesterday? Yesterday.
I'm gonna ask you a question, and it's gonna seem absurd. Take it as seriously as anything that you would take. Take it as seriously as if it were a heart attack.
Go on.
In the event of my unfortunate demise, which feels imminent, what does it cost for a bit of revenge to matriculate, as the scholars would say?
Having seen the state of your shop, probably more than you can afford.
I understand that. But just as a business concept, what would that cost?
Give me a credit rating roll, please.
I just want an answer. I don't want to make a roll.
No, this is... She gives a roll a number that is... like, it's high. It's uncomfortably high, but you think that if you scrape together all your assets, you could afford it.
Okay. So that's just the base number, like the general number?
Yeah. But
what if
vengeance against someone?
Oh, so very strong. What if that person just hypothetically, and I scooch in, clearly, yeah. Nice necklace, by the way.
Thank you.
What if that person happened to be a moneyed man who lives in, I don't know, a place called Grosvenor Square?
Grosvenor Square.
Yeah.
Why are you asking me about people who live on Grosvenor Square?
I don't think you would believe me if I told you. So I'm not going to.
Mr. Bloomsworth, I don't know what you've got yourself involved in, but I highly suspect the answer to your question is there is not enough money in the world to make me get involved with whatever it is.
May I ask you another question?
Yes.
Do you think that your response that you just gave me would be the same response that I would get if I went to other people in your line of work?
Oh no, I know people who do it. I can give you the name of someone who would.
No. Just wanted to confirm something. Nigel owes you a favor. Thank you for your time.
No.
I'm kidding. I owe you a favor. Not Nigel. Nigel doesn't need to know that I was here. I mean, I told him
Nigel doesn't need to know.
He doesn't need to know precisely why I came here. If he asks,
it's not Nigel you're after vengeance against, is it, if anything happens to you?
No, that's I would rather die 1,000 deaths than anything bad happen to Nigel.
That's very good to know.
He is my only friend. And should something happen to Nigel, just saying this as a matter of course. Should something happen to Nigel, and I suspected somebody, multiple people of having done it, I would act with what they call a righteous impunity, and simply say, anyone suspected got what they got, and that's what they get. I'm sure you
no
felt
reason
the
to
same.
hurt Nigel, don't worry. But look, I think, look, if you want what's best for Nigel, and I'm sure you only want what's best for Nigel, you will stay out of any mess involving Grosvenor Square.
Why are you so scared of Grosvenor Square? Don't say you're not scared, because your face tells it all.
There are things in this world that we can manage, that can be dealt with, that can be have their doors kicked in at 3 a.m. and a knife shoved in their face. And those
not
things
me.
I'm not scared of. But there's things in this world that can't be threatened out of existence, that can't be killed or burned or buried.
Burnt.
And I am afraid of those things because I know they are real.
Okay.
I wish to stay as far away from them as possible.
I will tell you this. I know for a fact you're right. That's why I don't find you scary. I mean, I thought about, like, it would have been nothing for me to, when you stopped by, it would have been easy for me to go outside and kill your men and then go down here and kill some more of your men.
That would be create so much unnecessary unpleasantness.
Exactly.
I really don't need to do that.
Mostly for you. I wouldn't do a lick of time. The point that I'm just
because then if you kill my men, I have to kill Nigel and burn down your shop, and you have to come back here and kill me, and it just creates so much mess. We don't need that.
I think that your men would take one look at me and shit themselves. I think your men would take one look at Nigel and shit themselves.
You've not even met half my men. What, you mean Bob out there? Bob is out there because he's like the weakest and useless of my men.
Bob is there because he's a charity case and you lost a bet. I'm guessing. That's why Bob is there.
Look, we don't talk about Bob. But look.
All three of his fingers.
Let's not get into this argument. Let's just agree that neither of us is going to try and kill the other one today.
How about in general?
In general. At least for the next month.
If you're not scared of what's at or if you're scared of what's at Grosvenor Square, and I'm scared of it, then neither of us are going to back down from the other. So I agree with that.
Let's just agree that we are both sensible people who knew what to be afraid of. Leave it at that.
Would you like to join our... Never mind.
No.
This is the only logical conversation I've had all day. I need to go back to my office, which you are not going to burn down, and I'll walk by your men who I'm not going to shoot at. I feel like I came to an understanding with you, Madam Green. Can we have another agreement that we never had this conversation about Grosvenor Square?
We never had this conversation. What conversation?
Precisely. I need to go back before my idiot friends burned the world.
You were never here, as far as I'm concerned. Off you go.
That's a little dismissive.
Look, this is my office. I'm allowed to be dismissive in here.
Well, I'm a man of pride. Now I don't want to go because I feel like I lost the back and forth. Could you just ask me? Could you just say that you're busy and you'll look forward to seeing me some other time?
I'm most terribly busy, Mr. Bloomsworth. I look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thank you. And like in a couple months, not too soon.
Oh, yeah, not too soon.
Okay. Yeah. No, I can't leave these people alone. And I actually, shuffle, walk, sprint out the door. Sorry, Bob.
So you head back to the others as they make their plans, and I believe, unless any other plans have been derived in Basil's absence.
There is one plan, only a brief one. I'm curious whether Mr. Hargreaves remembers much about the strange thing he thought he saw in Pendergast's eye. Was it something strange about the eyes themselves, or just a feeling of them? Because I was thinking of trying to sketch it under his guidance See if we can see what's strange about the eyes.
There definitely was something very strange about it. I don't know that I really made a really good notice of what it was. Keeper, can I roll something to see if I remember?
Yeah, it's not. You do remember. It's not so much that you saw a physical thing. It was more just a sense, a look of. It's a sense of, like, age almost. Like you're looking in the eyes of someone far older than they should be.
Okay. I mean, does it give you any clue, Mr. White, about if someone seemed to be like far older, and then they physically appear?
No idea at all. I was hoping you'd say they looked fish-like. Then we'd have an idea.
And well, apparently, due to a recent conversation with Mr. Collingwood, they were not bulging.
I mean, if we know that he's does mind stuff, right? Could he just copy himself to some young dude?
It's a possibility, but perhaps it's just he knows so much. It's aged him, his mind, his soul, or something like that. It could be something along those lines. I was just curious if it is some sort of clue, because I'm trying to work out what we're up against here, because this Mr. Pendergast, we've been warned by him a couple of times that he's extremely dangerous.
But who?
Dr. Pendergast.
He warned you yourself that he's dangerous?
Someone has warned us, yes.
Who did warn you?
His butler.
Oh. So the servants aren't on board?
Not all of them. I don't understand. I think they're loyal to the society, not necessarily the people in the society.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is this guy betrays the goal of the society?
I suspect something along those lines. You said that it's changed since this doctor joined the society. They seem to have changed their ways. They seem to be not doing what they were meant to be doing. I don't actually know what the society is meant to do.
I mean, clearly hoarding dangerous books.
But this guy's dangerous, but I don't know how or why. But I'm sure we'll find out. We'll deal with it.
Yeah.
James seems to be, good guy. Agnes, one of the servants, couldn't get a read on whether she's, in with Pendergast or not, but she does seem to be very strong-willed.
I mean, that would usually mean that she's not easily brain fiddled with. I mean, if you can, believe like small little paper, how are they called? The little writings without merit.
Like pulp novels, penny dreadfuls.
Yeah, penny dreadful was what I was saying, what I was intending to say.
Yes.
I mean, if you can believe these things.
I'm sure we'll find out about all this tomorrow.
Yes.
In Brighton, perhaps they're on the train.
Well, maybe I'm safe because I'm stubborn.
We shall see how it goes down. So, with plans laid, it sounds like tomorrow you're heading to the seaside.